And today the Anti-Mo also mostly wrote it. Okay. Today we are here to commemorate the life of Richard Prasad, also known amusingly as Broadway. Uncle Richard started life as a simple man and lived a simple life. What we remember today is that Uncle Richard had a kind heart. He was born on June 13, 1968 in New Amsterdam, Guyana, to Chinama Pasani, also known as Baby? Baba. No, she's naughty to me. And Ganesh Prasad, also known as Keza. He was the brother of Elena, Pansy, the late Tony, my dad Teddy, Merle, Savvy, Sun, Dati, Devi, Bina, Ramesh, Linda, and Gloria. On top of this, he was the uncle of numerous nieces and nephews, and I'm personally glad he didn't add competition to this group. In the early years, Richard grew up in the city with his mother. She was often away working, and little Richard was left in the care of his sister, Pansy. He was an active child, so much so that the only way to keep from running into the streets was for Auntie Pansy to tie him to chairs and beds. The family relocated to Georgetown, and Richard grew up as a city boy, although a little introverted. After growing up in the city for about 4 years, his mother moved them back to her hometown, Canefield Settlement, and he had to adjust to the country life. The change to the country was not an easy adjustment on him, as he was often teased for being a city boy. He had to learn country talk, playing cricket, climbing trees, and shooting marbles. He was joined by 3 of his older siblings and had to face yet another adjustment, butt whooping. Although his siblings called Nani, Auntie, Richard, being the youngest, called her old lady. Being part of this family, of course, Uncle Richard would often get in trouble. He would routinely not do his chores, cut school, and run away from home. This may have led to his search for independence and adventure. One of his favorite pastimes was to go to the movies by himself. This led to him being punished by his older brother, my dad, an experience I could truly relate to. However, no punishment would ever deter him. Uncle Richard would still continue to wander wherever his heart desired. In fact, at 11, he had already left home and traveled to RELA 90 miles away. It took his family 6 weeks to find him and get him back home. Missing so much school, it was a surprise he passed all his exams. This need for adventure would follow him when he came to the United States in 1981. While in the U.S., he traveled to Virginia, Florida, Hawaii, Washington, and Alaska, always keeping his feet busy. As you could see, he had a passion for traveling and seeing interesting places. For those of you wondering why there's a turtle on his hat, it's because he said the turtles could travel anywhere they want. Family members would often receive postcards, gifts, and birthday cards from surprising places. However, there seems to be a correlation between how many gifts a family member got and how many licks they had to dispense. I remember my 5th birthday party when everyone else had given me a poofy dress, but he had given me a Hawaiian lifeguard Barbie complete with a noise-making dolphin. He often returned to Hawaii for the tropical life and to New York to visit his family. Even while living in New York, he never stopped at one place for a long time. Along the way, he made friends and kept in touch with them as best he could. Uncle Richard started working at an early age, from delivering flyers in New York to a sous chef in Hawaii. As his health deteriorated, he hung out with his favorite friends more and more, Bud, Georgie, and Smirnoff, as Jack and Jimmy were out of his budget. He had a hard life and he lived life hard, but he always did things his way. His journey here is finally over and he will be greatly missed. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sheila. All right, President Maureen will come up next to read the scripture.
Your finger.